Now on SBU-TV, Olean residents are concerned about the area's water quality. We take a look at the Olean water filtration plant, plus a meth bust outside of an Olean CVS. And St. Bonaventure University's Jandoli School of Communication is one of just 110 accredited journalism schools in the country. SBU-TV starts now.
Good morning, happy Friday, the sun is shining.
Also, happy spring weekend. St. Bonaventure University's Jandoli School of Communication is now one of 110 accredited journalism and mass communication programs in the country. Madeline Edwards spoke to members of the program to learn what this means for them and the school.
Opportunities open up for current and future members of the Jandoli School of Communication. The school received word they were accredited on April 26th.
I'm outside the John J. Murphy Professional Building, where the newly accredited Jandoli School of Communication is housed. What does it mean for this program to be accredited?
I spoke to the Dean of the Jandoli School, Aaron Chimble, to find out how prestigious this is for the school.
Those programs of the about 110 that are accredited, less than 20 are at private universities.
He went on to say that it puts the school in the same categories as schools such as Columbia and Syracuse. One of the benefits of the accreditation is new opportunities for the school. Assistant Professor Carol McNall told me about some of them.
It makes us eligible for some writing competitions for students. So the couple of student media organizations that I'm advisor for got copies of a couple of sets of rules going, hey look, we can enter this.
What do students think? I spoke to Catherine Duffick and Dominic Lavallo to see what this prestige means to them.
I came here because I knew it was such a good school and they didn't even have the accreditation.
I mean, to say I graduated from a school that was accredited, it will look great on a resume, and it's something I'm going to take pride in saying for the next many years of my life.
I feel like I've learned a lot more here than I probably would have anywhere else.
With SBU-TV, I'm Madeline Edwards. New Now Next.
We want to congratulate past and present staff and faculty of the Jandoli School of Communication on this accreditation.
Meth has become a growing concern across New York State. Just this past weekend, Olean police made another meth-related arrest in the CVS parking lot.
Last weekend, 3 people were arrested on drug possession in this exact parking lot in the CVS in Olean, New York. They're arrested on drug possession, including marijuana, meth, prescription pills, and hypodermic needles. Only a few short months after a meth lab was busted in Olean, the Olean Police Department were called to the CVS parking lot based off of suspicious activity. They arrested Margaret Rogers, J.B. Spates, and Richard Hopkins. Police said they found materials used in the manufacture of meth in the car. The trio was charged with several misdemeanors, including criminal production of methamphetamine materials and criminally possessing a hypodermic instrument. All 3 were issued appearance tickets to appear in the Olean City Court at a later date. For SBU-TV, I'm Megan Burke.
If you see something suspicious, police say to call them immediately.
A local man is the target of a phone scam. He almost lost $25,000 to someone pretending to be a police officer. SBU-TV's Nicholas Gallo spoke to investigators. He tells us what to do to look out for if you were a victim of this crime.
On April 27th, around 11 a.m., Michael Callahan received a surprising phone call. According to a police report, an unknown man with an accent had Callahan on his cell phone advising him there would be a warrant for his arrest if he did not transfer all the money in his savings account to a specific location. The unknown person told Callahan that he was Robert Belowski, captain of the Olean Police Department. The male would share his badge number to Callahan to try and solidify himself as the captain. Callahan went through the whole cell phone call with me and share his experience being the victim of this situation.
Their spiel is actually kind of terrifying, It's all the things that could happen, Yeah. And that I was in big trouble with the government because I was going to be held liable for all of this. They were going to take everything that I had, major jail time I was looking at. In my case, if they had been successful, it would have been like 25 grand out of my bank.
Captain Robert Belowski handles cases like these every day. But this one was unique, as it was the first time someone portrayed themselves as an officer. The worst part about all this is there isn't anything that the department could do.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. I mean, we can't even follow up on these because these people are outside the city.
Belowski even states that the FBI doesn't even touch these cases because they happen so often. The only time the FBI would look into these cases if there was a substantial amount of money being involved. The safety and security of these scam phone calls, Belowski said, can only be contained by educating the community about these situations. For everything new now next, I'm Nicholas Gallo, SBU-TV.
The Olean Police Department issued a warning on their Facebook page. They're urging residents to ignore these calls and not give any money to the unknown caller. The Olean Police ask residents to reach out if they have any concerns.
Up next, we dive into Olean's water quality.
Also, the county hits the roads to fix the potholes. Stay tuned.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. With temperatures finally rising, a nice glass of water from your tap or a cool shower might sound refreshing. But do you know what's in your water? Brendan O'Leary dives into the details.
Residents have been complaining that Olean's and the surrounding area's water quality is bad. White residue can be found building up in showers, dishes, sinks, and pretty much anything else that comes in constant contact with the water. Some people, like St. Bonaventure University student Lily Trinidad, have claimed that the water damages their skin and hair.
Not just drinking water, when it comes to like the water we shower with, I have curly hair and my hair is just like, it gets really dry for some reason with the hair here. So I have to like buy my own water to like wash my face because if not it like breaks out, or my hair just gets really dry. And then when I go to New York City, you can like tell the difference in the water. It's completely different.
So what's this white residue that seems to be the bane of everyone's watery existence? It's limescale. It prevents moisture from entering the hair and the skin, and it's what leaves our glasses looking fairly dirty, even after we've cleaned them.
So why is there so much limescale in Olean's water? Well, that has to do with some of Olean's water coming from well sites. Well sites are above ground man-made pools from which water can be collected. I spoke with Dale Walker, senior water plant operator at Olean Water Filtration Plant, who explained why the water has so much limescale.
Typically your groundwater, which comes out of well sites, is harder. There was a lot of hardness in groundwater. It's just natural from the water sitting there. The various rock formations cause of dissolving, goes into solution into the water and makes the water hard.
I'm Brendan O'Leary, bringing you New Now Next, SBU-TV.
Walker said shower filters and water softeners provide good ways to prevent damage to your skin and hair.
Pothole repairs on your local roads underway. SBU-TV's Rasheen Coleman drove to the county's Public Works Department to find out what you can expect as you hit the roads this summer. Potholes cost Americans $3 billion in car repairs each year, according to a AAA study.
I mean, the tires and the rims take the blunt of the damage because that's what's hitting the hole.
But with spring in the air and the weather warming up, Cattaraugus County Public Works hits the streets to patch these troublemakers.
It's early, we're just getting into May, so it takes time for guys to get out there and repair all that from the winter.
The county rates 400 miles of roads based upon their condition. Then they make a project list from there. West River Road in Allegheny and Humphrey Road in Little Valley topped the list.
I'm currently walking along Humphrey Road. As you can see from the asphalt, crews have already begun to patch the potholes. However, coming this summer, a good chunk of this road will be completely repaved.
As the crews make it through the list, don't worry.
We patch all of our roads at some point in the summer if there is potholes. We need the weather to turn, the sun to come out, the roads to dry up to patch and patch right.
Scott says crews will start on West River Road right after they're all done patching Humphrey Road. This year, Public Works has a budget of $12.3 million for road maintenance. I reached out to the county to see how much of that budget goes towards pothole patching, but I'm still waiting for a response. For SBU-TV, I'm Rasheen Coleman. For more information on the Cattaraugus County's roads, you can visit the county's website.
Have you noticed you're paying more for gas lately? I talked to a petroleum specialist to find out why. Although the gas prices in Cattaraugus County seem pretty high right now, it's actually one of the lowest in New York State, with New York City being at the highest at $3.20. Patrick DeHaan, a petroleum analyst at Gas Buddy, says the price of gas has been going up for the past 2 months.
First of all, refineries are doing maintenance ahead of the summer driving season so that they can produce enough gasoline. But of course, as refineries do this maintenance, they are generally producing temporarily less gasoline at a time of year that we are transitioning to more expensive, cleaner burning summer gasoline, which is required by the EPA. Although the increase this year is quite a bit more, it's been enhanced by the rising price of oil.
Patrick says that prices are expected to continue to rise in the coming weeks while the refineries finish their lining. Grant Davis, a student at St. Bonaventure, expresses his concern with gas prices.
It's tough because I'm in college, so I'm not making much money, so don't have much money for gas.
If you take a look at this chart, we were at the same price as we were last April. For SBU-TV, I'm Maya Capolino. According to the Gas Buddy app, Mondays are the cheapest day to fill up your tank. Up next, Allegheny State Parks gets a makeover.
Plus, we find out how spring weekend t-shirts are made. Stick with us.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Bye-bye.
Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. Is something big about to happen with Allegheny State Park? Well, SBU-TV's Teddy Caputo explains how some big bucks from the state will help make improvements to the park.
On Earth Day, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that New York is investing $110 million in capital funding to revitalize its state parks. In Governor Cuomo's statement, he said, "This significant investment will help enhance and modernize our cherished state parks while promoting healthy outdoor recreation, preserving our environment, and lifting up local economies." Of this $110 million, $875,000 will be rewarded to Allegheny State Park for its own revitalization. The park opened on July 30th, 1921, after the New York State Legislature approved the purchase of the land 2 months prior. The state park also opened the Old Quaker Store Museum in 1996, featuring exhibits dedicated to the park's history, natural history, and development. I'm standing next to Sweetwater Spring, one of Allegheny State Park's many tourist attractions. The park is divided into 2 sections, the Red House area in the northeast and the Quaker Run area in the southwest. It consists of 5 miles of paved biking trails, 18 hiking paths, and 130 campsites. Allegheny State Park officials have no comment on any revitalizations coming to the park. We will have a full update with any revitalizations to come in next semester's broadcast. I'm Teddy Caputo, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
Governor Cuomo announced on Earth Day that New York State will ban the use of plastic bags in grocery stores.
For SBU students, it's one of the biggest weekends of the year, spring weekend. To show the team a lot of spirit, students get their own custom shirts for the kickball tournament. Aaron Lanahan went to a local shop in Allegheny to learn about the t-shirt making process.
A student tradition for spring weekend, custom t-shirts to get their team in the spirit. All the colorful shirts will be on display this weekend. It's all part of the spring weekend kickball tournament, which will be held at these fields behind me. I talked to a few students about their inspiration for their team shirts. Caitlin Endall and her friends didn't look too far for their team name.
My spring weekend team name is Loco for Coco, and it's based off of my dog. Well, my family's just really obsessed with my dog, and they gave me a painting of him and like a poster, so it's kind of spread to my friends.
She went local to get their shirts made.
Studio 4 East, because we did it there last year and they did a really good job, and they're also like really good at designing if you don't know what you want.
I went to Studio 4 East in Allegheny to learn about how they make these flashy shirts. For over 3 decades, these friends press shirts they mostly design themselves. Phil Hardman told me how long he's been doing spring weekend shirts.
I'm the new guy here. I've been here for 27 years, and we've been doing these pretty much every year since I've been here.
These men help students get their shirts within a few days.
Well, the kids bring ideas or finished artwork to us, and then we come up with a design, send it to them. Once they approve it, get a bunch of ink, and we slap it on the shirts, and then we bake it. Typically, they get names and numbers on the back. Our neighbors here, Citizen Printing, makes those out of vinyl, and then we apply them.
They usually print shirts for around 30 teams each year. With at least 20 students on each team, that's over 600 shirts you'll see on the field. Erin Lanahan, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
We can't wait to see all your colorful t-shirts this weekend. Tag us, SBU-TV, in your photos and we'll share our favorites throughout the weekend.
Coming up, a new nursing program at St. Bonaventure.
Also, St. Bonaventure Safety and Security says they're not a taxi service. Stay tuned for everything new now next.
Perfect.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back. The Health Professions Department continues to develop at Bonaventure. This fall, the department will launch a nursing program. We spoke with Dr. Connie Perkins, founding director of the program, to find out what this new major means for enrollment. St. Bonaventure's nursing program gets state's approval and will launch this fall. Dr. Connie Perkins is the founding director of the program. She explains what the program will entail.
What we're starting with is an RN to BS program. So our students coming in will be transfer students that are already working registered nurses. It's a 2-year program in a traditional format where that's a fall-spring offering where already registered nurses can come and learn more about themselves, what current needs are for positive patient outcomes.
Those who are registered nurses from other places will be able to receive their bachelor's degree in nursing.
Pitt Brad, if you think locally, even to New York City, a nurse graduating with an associate's degree in nursing can come here to finish their bachelor's.
We spoke with Alicia Sanchez, a health science major, and she gives us her thoughts about the program.
There was never a program that offers opportunities for students that do not want to go into medical school but do want to seek an opportunity in the health professions department. So I know nursing is a program that will be very popular here at Bonaventure.
I worked very hard with my search committee to narrow down our search to a handful of candidates that I think will be what the students need, and that's always the focus.
Dr. Connie Perkins also told us their nursing program runs through St. Bonaventure, not JCC. However, Bonaventure welcomes JCC students to transfer to the program.
In wake of the increase in safety and security transportation calls, the Safety and Security Department made a statement that their ride service isn't a taxi service. This semester alone, Safety and Security received nearly 4,000 calls for rides around campus. They said it's impacted their ability to serve everyone on campus. According to the department's policy on student transportation, safety and security officers provide rides in emergencies, but also when officers are available. The ride services are strictly on campus and only operate outside of the Bonaventure hours.
Authorities in Paris are hoping to have the Notre Dame Cathedral operational within 5 years. Many of the timeless artifacts were salvaged from the blaze that spanned almost 9 hours last month. More than $1 billion has been donated to help restore the icon. This morning, we are looking back at the history of a local church that caught fire and its rebuild. SBU-TV's Zach Murphy tells us the story of St. Joseph's Church.
The fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral had the world watching as centuries of history went up in flames. As the people mourn the loss, a local parish knows this feeling all too well.
A loss of a place of worship can be devastating. St. Joseph's community in Olean understands that. In 2011, a fire broke out and destroyed their church.
The cornerstone for St. Joseph's Church was laid in 1919. It marked the beginning of an official church for the Maronite community. In 1965, St. Joe's had its first fire. It destroyed the altar and caused $20,000 in damage. For the next 56 years, no major incidents happened until August 27, 2011. An electrical fire started on the altar around 3:30.
The neighbors could smell the smoke and see it. There was a lot of calls to the fire department that day.
For the parishioners, all they could do was watch.
I was just awestruck. I couldn't believe it was happening. You don't think it can happen to you.
The church was considered a total loss and torn down in September. As many artifacts as possible were saved, including a painting dedicated in the memory of a young boy that passed away.
Everybody wanted to contribute in somehow. They were extremely supportive. So there's not every denomination. You know, all of them came forward to help.
The next day, the parish met to have Mass at St. Mary's, undeterred by the loss of their home. The parish ended up buying the vacant Transfiguration Church and modified it to their Maronite style. They still retained the original pieces of the church. When the hall was built onto the church, they put the various objects saved from the fire on display. I'm Zach Murphy with SBU-TV. New Now Next.
The church now has fire alarms set up in the attic to alert people of a fire. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jocelyn Person.
And I'm Maya Capolino. Be safe playing kickball this weekend. We will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. for our last newscast of the semester. We will be having a year in review. Have a great day.